Are you considering a move to Greater Boston in 2025? Are you wondering how you can be successful to achieve your real estate dreams? Well, you've come to the right place. In this video, we're going to share our buyer consultation process. We're going to show you exactly how we put a program together to help our buyers be successful in a very competitive real estate market. I'm Jane. I'm a realtor based in Wellesley, Massachusetts.
And I'm Dee Dee. I'm a realtor on Jane's team, and my family loved Wellesley so much that after 9 corporate relocations, we've now been here for 10 years.
My channel is all about helping you make informed decisions about a relocation to Boston and to help you be successful in our super heated real estate market. Even here in 2025, it is still a heated real estate market. If you're thinking about moving, please reach out. We've had many buyers find us right here on our YouTube channel and have helped them make their real estate dreams come true. So in this video, we are going to share what we call our secret sauce.
So Jane, some advice that we like to give to our buyers so that they can be really competitive is really gathered on the first call that we do. We do a Zoom call with our clients, and we like to do that in order to understand what the goals are. There's really not much worse than to work with a real estate agent who has not taken the time to listen to you, to really understand what the unique facets of your search look like relative to others, and to get all the information they need in the beginning. So we do that call to go through what's your timing. Give us a little bit of the landscape about your family. Are you 2 people? Are you a single person? Are there children involved? Are there pets involved, which in our world is the same as children? Also, are there parameters like a commute that we want to make sure that we keep in our consideration? Are there things in the home style that's really important? Some people love split levels. Some people are saying, I absolutely don't want one of those. Some people love a colonial. Others want a mid-century modern. So
some people want room for their parents to visit for extended time. So you need to have a somewhat separate space. We hear that a lot here.
Yeah, especially I know when my daughter was born, that was very nice to have a place for both parties.
Yes.
For both my in-laws and my mom and my family, as well as for us as well. So those kind of things, the space requirements in general. There's sometimes a lot of our families that have someone who works from home, so they need an office space specifically that closes off. And a lot of the houses were built with big open spaces. So sometimes there's families that need ones that are a little more traditional with separate rooms and doors, things like that. So it's basically getting together that wish list that's really critical for you to get the home that you need.
So the next thing we'll do is set up a search in MLS. And we like to do that because then you get all of the houses we can do a particular price point, geographic area, and that will come to you all in one email. Now, of course, people like Zillow and Redfin and Realtor.com for searches, but they are all fed from the MLS. So, and the other thing we like about that is you can put a little heart on listings you like. It helps us get a feel for your style preferences. And also it gives you a chance to educate yourself about a particular price point in a particular community.
Yeah, it's really helpful to be able to see those comparisons. The next thing that we really like to advise our clients about is getting our financial house in order. And so many times people have not run a credit report on themselves or anything like that for a long time. And unfortunately, in the world of fraud, things like that, there can be surprises on your credit report.
That have nothing to do with your credit. Yes.
And so we like to advise that so people have time to get anything that needs off of their credit report. But also the exciting part, which is they evaluate. We stay in our lane, which is the real estate. We let our mortgage brokers do the work on the financials, and they'll evaluate your financial health and help you come to decisions around how much liquid money do you have relative to your down payment, what that's going to look like in a monthly payment. All of those sorts of things will be handled by the mortgage broker. We have some really great partners that we recommend if you need one, if you need a recommendation. And then they will generate a letter that we can use to take you shopping. So it'll tell you how much you have to spend, and it will also serve as proof of funds should there be your dream house appear and we need to put an offer in.
And in general, we run a tight ship. I'll take you out to a listing. We are not going to put you in the car and take you to multiple listings without this letter in hand, or at least this process of an idea of what you can afford, what you choose to spend. Because, I just had someone, they could spend $2 million and they spent considerably less. Doesn't mean it's good to know what's out there. It makes no sense to start hunting for your house before you've taken this step.
Yeah, I like to call that the heartbreak tour if you do that, because you can sure enough guarantee that if you are not ready, you're going to find a house you really love, and then you're going to say, why didn't I do all that stuff? So we just want to use your time wisely and make sure that you are ready for what you might see, because otherwise it can be kind of heartbreaking.
So then we're going to get to the fun part where we're actually going to go home shopping. So we're going to spend time together looking at different homes, and we're going to suggest that you go to multiple towns because you want to see what your dollar buys in Sudbury versus Hopkinton versus Natick versus Wellesley.
And sometimes people are surprised, aren't they, Jane, when they go see a town they didn't consider, that many times they'll end up moving to a town that they didn't consider.
Exactly. We like to have all those options on the table for you. So once you've decided you're going to make an offer, it is our next step to craft the most strategic offer that we can. So one of the things we like to do is have you be able to waive your mortgage contingency. We talked about that a little bit with going to the lender. Rate will provide you with something called PowerBid, which is basically an approval letter we can submit with your offer that says, Dee Dee can close on this house in 30 days. Now, the seller probably doesn't want to close in 30 days, but there's peace of mind for the seller knowing that they can be sure that you're going to get your financing. Mm-hmm. The other big piece is how to handle the inspection. We will always advise our buyers, you have to be able to do an inspection some way, somehow. We don't ever want you to waive your inspection. And there's been a lot of bad behavior.
Yes.
Post-pandemic, when people were so desperate, they were waiving the inspection, and this is the biggest purchase of your life. We just can't get behind that.
And we wouldn't even, I don't think any of us would even buy a car that we didn't look at the engine on, right? So it's something that can be done and should be done.
Yes. So a couple strategies. We've done pre-inspections. So there's two parts to an inspection. There's the structural, mechanical, and safety. Like, are things okay? And then there's the how things work. If you're doing a pre-inspection, you are taking a risk by paying an inspector to do it before you make an offer. Then you can waive all contingencies in your offer. We call it contingency-free offer. So that means you've already kicked the tires, you know structural, mechanical, and safety, what you need to know. And then the second part of the inspection, you can have the inspector come back after you close and tell you how to service your boiler, for example. So that's one strategy.
It's really not that crazy expensive.
No, we have a couple people that will do it for $300. So that makes your offer super competitive. If people want to be able to do a real inspection, the other thing we'll say is don't make an offer on this house that just came on yesterday that has 50 people at the open house and they're expecting multiple offers. And then also sometimes people say, well, I don't want to pay over asking. Then we're like, well, wait till Monday. If it doesn't go the first weekend, then that changes our strategy.
Yeah.
So if you want to be able to write a traditional inspection into your offer, then we recommend you look at things that have been on the market 5, 7 plus days. And we both just had this experience where we had things that buyers were working with that were able to put a traditional inspection in their offer because the home did not sell right away. Now, didn't mean there was anything wrong with those homes. It just meant that maybe they priced it aggressively and it didn't land right with the market, or maybe it just got lucky. In my situation, this house needs cosmetic updates in the baths. And again, we say people pay a premium for updated homes.
Yes.
And not everybody wants to spend 50 grand or more on actually more like 75 to be honest, on a big, beautiful new master bath right away. But these people could. So that was how we were successful. And of course, we talked about sometimes you recently had a buyer pay a premium because their timeline was such that they needed to get into their home.
And it was a home that they truly, truly loved. And so, there's cases where we will 100% get behind people paying a premium, which means over asking, right, for the home of their dreams. But we do run comps just to make sure that for those who are not entertaining that, that we know what the house is actually worth so that you're not paying a premium on accident, for example.
For example, we want the house to appraise at what you offer or more. We're careful with your money.
So I like that. That's right, Jane. We are.
And we're a three-legged stool with your lender. We don't have to get directly involved in the financial piece. The lender informs your offer, the financial piece of the offer.
Yeah, it's great. And we have some really good partners, as we said before. So if you're in need of that, we're happy to recommend those.
If you are going to be house hunting in 2025, it's April right now. So last year we saw a fair amount of inventory come on, April to June. And sometimes we see the highest prices in this early spring. So then all of a sudden there'll be more inventory for buyers and the sellers thinking they're getting the price that was gotten in February. And then all of a sudden there might be 10 homes in one price point for a buyer to look at. So we're getting less seasonal. So if you are considering a move, you don't have to worry about missing the market. It's getting less. In the 20 years I've been doing this, it's gotten less and less seasonal because like everybody, people just work all the time, all year round. So don't despair if you've struggled to find something you like. Something, absolutely keep looking. It could even be July. I mean, we sold homes in the middle of last summer. There were some nice homes sitting on the market. So we hope that made you feel a little bit better about the buying process and know that we can help you reach your dreams. So if you are thinking about moving to Greater Boston in 2025, please reach out as we would be delighted to help you. And each week, we put out a new video, so make sure you subscribe. We're going to be doing more podcast style, and if you have questions or topics you'd like us to address, please put it in the comments. And thank you as always for watching.
Thank you.